How often do you catch yourself craving that thumbs up, that comment, or that nod of approval from someone else? It feels good for a moment, but why does it always leave you feeling even emptier afterward? The truth is, external validation is a never-ending chase. It's a trap. Even when you get it, it never lasts, and you end up needing more and more. But what if I told you the secret to lasting happiness lies in learning to validate yourself instead of waiting for others to do it for you? In this video, I'll show you why seeking approval from others leaves you feeling unfulfilled and how you can start creating genuine self-love. By the end, you'll know how to embrace your worth without relying on anyone else's opinion. So let's get started. This urge for validation isn't just a modern problem, it's something deeply rooted in our childhood experiences and early conditioning. Most of us were raised in environments where we were praised for good behavior or achievements, and perhaps criticized or ignored when we didn't meet expectations. And as we grew older, we made these experiences a defining part of our self-worth. The first step to healing this is self-awareness. Without understanding why we seek validation, we keep chasing all the while, looking for something much deeper: self-acceptance. So how do we build this awareness? Start by noticing the moments when you crave validation. Is it when you post something online? When you're around certain people? Maybe it's when you feel unsure about a decision or your appearance. These are clues that your inner child is reaching out, looking for the approval they didn't receive before. Instead of ignoring these feelings, take a moment to sit with them and ask yourself, why do I need this right now? What part of me is feeling insecure or unloved? By looking within yourself, you understand your need for validation deeply. You begin to understand that what you've been searching for externally can be found internally. The next step is to build something stronger and far more sustainable, and that is training towards self-appreciation. This is where the real transformation begins. Think of it like strengthening a muscle. If you've spent years relying on others to affirm your worth, it's going to take time to shift that focus inward. But with consistent practice, you can train yourself to value your own opinions and achievements more than anyone else's. Start with a simple daily practice of self-acknowledgement. Make a routine and take a few minutes every day to reflect on things you did well, no matter how small. Maybe you followed through on a commitment, or simply got out of bed on a tough day. This isn't about being boastful. It's about learning to recognize your own value without waiting for someone else to notice it. One powerful exercise is keeping a self-appreciation journal. Each day lists 3 things you're proud of or grateful for about yourself. This could be an act of kindness you showed, a moment of courage, or even how you handled a stressful situation. Over time, this practice helps build a strong inner foundation, reminding you that you don't need others to tell you that you're enough. You already know it. The more you acknowledge your own efforts and achievements, the less you feel the need to chase approval from others. And this right here is the core of true self-love. Knowing that your worth isn't determined by what others think, but by the quiet, confident recognition of your own growth and progress. But none of this works unless we learn to accept rejection. For many of us, the fear of rejection is a powerful force shaping our lives. We avoid speaking up, sharing our ideas, or putting ourselves out there because we are constantly living under the fear of being rejected. But in truth, your value is rooted in your own sense of self-worth and the beliefs you hold about yourself. We need to start embracing rejection rather than running from it. Try to seek out small rejections intentionally. You start to see that rejection isn't a reflection of your value, it's simply a response. Try asking for a discount at a store or making a bold request that you're almost certain will be declined. The goal isn't to get what you ask for, it's to get comfortable with the rejection and realizing it doesn't diminish your self-worth. Every time you face rejection and move on without letting it affect your sense of self, you reinforce your inner strength. This practice isn't about toughening up or becoming immune to disappointment. It's about learning to separate your worth from other people's opinions. When you start getting comfortable with rejection, you start building more self-acceptance. Isn't that amazing? And to make everything you learned really stick, you need to start the practice of embracing solitude. In our endless quest for approval, we often lose touch with our inner voice, the voice that knows what we truly want and need. This inner wisdom, your intuition, is the true guide towards self-love. No person, video, or book can guide you as much as your intuition can. But it becomes drowned out when we're constantly looking outside ourselves for validation. The key to reconnecting with this inner guidance is learning to be with yourself. Solitude isn't loneliness. It's a sacred space where you can meet yourself without the noise of the outside world. Start by spending intentional time alone. When you give yourself this time, you begin to hear the whispers of your intuition, the part of you that knows what's truly best for your life. Take yourself out on solo dates. Go to the movies, visit a museum, or have a picnic in the park. These moments help you build comfort in your own presence. Over time, as you embrace the stillness, your intuition becomes stronger. You start making choices from a place of inner alignment rather than seeking approval. This is where true peace and self-acceptance blossom, when you realize that you are already whole, just as you are, with or without anyone else's presence. As you start to embrace solace and learn to be comfortable with validating yourself, you may start noticing something surprising. Many of the goals you've been chasing aren't truly your own. They're shaped by what society, family, or friends believe you should be doing. But when you're constantly driven by external obligations, it becomes impossible to find genuine self-fulfillment. The solution? Set goals that come from within. Take time to reflect on what truly lights you up, what feels meaningful and exciting to you, regardless of how it's perceived by others. Maybe it's pursuing a creative hobby, focusing on personal growth, or building a lifestyle that feels peaceful and balanced. By setting goals that align with your authentic self, you're creating a life that supports your emotional well-being and reflects your true desires. This shift helps you move from a place of self-doubt, where you question every decision, to a place of self-faith, where you trust yourself and your journey. True self-love isn't about chasing likes, praise, or approval from others. It's about finding that unwavering confidence within yourself. By building self-awareness, embracing rejection, and finding comfort in solitude, you're taking powerful steps toward a life of fulfillment. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear this message. Now, it's time to put these ideas into practice. Which step resonated with you the most? Leave a comment below with one action you're going to take today to start validating yourself. If you want to know about more limiting mindsets that hold you back, watch our video on those sneaky sabotaging beliefs that keep you from living your ideal life. And always remember, Habitual Harmony is here to help you create a life filled with self-acceptance, a life of great abundance.